In this episode, I talk about hiring. And so before you turn off this episode, if you are a student or you are a new grad or a new business owner because you think that this isn't for you right now, it absolutely is for you, and that's the point. The best thing I've learned from my business coaches is often finding leverage in your business and hiring before you're ready. And so in this episode, I talk about how to take low risk and make low risk investments that can have high ROI returns in the form of support for you as the business owner, so that you can create leverage, so that you can create more content, so that you can have an infrastructure built that when your business is ready to take off, you've got it all in place. I hope you enjoy. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Business School for the Rehab Chiropractor. Class is officially in session. My name is Justin Rabinowitz, and I am a rehab chiropractor on a mission to teach you, a fellow rehab chiropractor, the exact tools and systems I've used to build my own successful rehab chiropractic practice so you can do the same. I hope you enjoy, and please subscribe. One of the great things about our mastermind program is when I started about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, it was just about getting businesses off the ground. And my goal was always to be able to create a community where our clients were having so much success, they had to get to the point where they were hiring not only staff, but then obviously associates later on. And we are clearly in the throes of that. And so today I want to speak about how I see the hiring process, in which order you should do it, and how, quite frankly, how so many people screw this up, specifically rehab chiros. There's an unbelievable author, business coach out there named Dan Martell, and he has a book that's called Buy Back Your Time. And in his book, Buy Back Your Time, it means exactly that, in that your job as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, is basically to find leverage in your business. And the quickest way to do that early on is to take the lowest task you can find that you can pay the least for and get that off your plate. Which leads me into the first hire that any rehab chiro should make, which is an admin, which is an assistant. And so many of you guys out there, it's one of those things that you need to hire them before you have the money, before you're ready, because right now you have zero leverage in your business. When you look at your business and if it's going to grow, as soon as you start doing admin tasks, as soon as you start doing scheduling or billing or following up with an insurance company, God help you. If you start importing people into CRM, updating spreadsheets, filling out bookkeeping, if you are doing that, you are your own assistant. By definition, your hourly rate has dropped. And so if you want to create leverage in your business and it's just you right now, or more specifically, if you are running a business and you're stuck, the first thing that I'm looking at is what are the things that I'm doing that I can outsource for less than I'm willing to pay myself to do. So many of you guys say I can't afford to hire someone. Well, most of the time you can't afford not to. And that's the idea and the definition of being a business owner and entrepreneur that most people don't understand. If you're spending an hour, 4 hours, if you're getting text messages from people canceling appointments and moving appointments, I mean, you are so inefficient, and I don't think you recognize it. And this is a situation where you are tripping over tripping over dollars to save pennies. You are running like a crazy person. Do you think that anyone that has wealth does their own admin work? No. Why? Because they know other people can handle that, and that's their job. And so if you are out there and you have any sort of business, you need someone else helping you with the admin work. When I first started, it was my mom that helped me a few hours a week. Now, again, very fortunate that she could. But if I had to start over again, it's as soon as I can figure out how to do it, I'm getting someone else. It could be 5 hours, could be 2 hours, could be 10 hours, anything like that. You need that first person. You need to get that person. I have some of my higher level students who maybe they tried to hire an admin, it didn't work, and then they're looking for one, but then they go and hire an associate or they hire a marketing assistant. It's like, dude, what do you think is going to happen if the marketing actually does its job? You're going to get more leads, you're going to get more calls, you're going to have more admin work, and you're going to be even worse off. if you don't have a person that can take over those tasks, if you don't have an assistant that can work on the phones, that can work on scheduling, that can do billing, that can make sure that all of the little things happen, your business will never grow. Your business will never grow. And so without fail, 100% of the time, if you are a business owner and do not have an admin, if you do not have an assistant, if you don't have someone doing scheduling, if you at least don't have someone answering the phone and setting appointments so that you as the doctor can do a sales call with them, if you don't have that person, like we don't need to have another conversation until that person gets hired, because the advice is not going to change. So many people get frustrated with me because they ask me the same question over and over, or they're stuck in their business and they tell me that they want to do something different. And I tell them, no, like we're going to go back to doing the first thing that you haven't done, that you've avoided. The admin, the person answering the phone, the assistant work, like that needs to be outsourced. I mean, do you really think that you're going to go from, let's just say you're successful, you're making $250K. I mean, great. That's amazing. How on God's green earth do you expect to get to 500 if you're still scheduling patients? I mean, what world are we living in? What world are we living in? That's outrageous. Outrageous. It's outrageous. So if I wasn't clear, the first person that you must hire is an assistant. It's an admin. I don't care if they're in person. I don't care if they're remote. Like, yes, great if they're in person. But honestly, if you're waiting for the right person and they don't live in your town, I don't give a shit. Hire someone. Do something. Let's get this train moving along. You need an assistant. You need an assistant. You need an admin. You need someone to help you with hire. The second person that I would hire, and we're going to spend the rest of the time talking about this person because this one's actually on me, because I don't think I've done a good enough job in my mastermind explaining this. So good for you on the podcast. You will get the same sort of knowledge that I'm going to be sharing. And it's not because I'm withholding information. It's just I haven't thought about it enough, and I want to make a point in my mastermind group to let them know. Once you have the admin in place, or at the same time of getting that admin or assistant in place, the next person you should be hiring is someone in marketing. Now, you do not need, and I would not suggest going out and hiring like a legit marketer, meaning like someone that has experience in the corporate world of marketing, because the first thing is they probably suck. The second thing is they're overpaid. And the third thing is they actually don't know how to do much typically. Like they're not good at actually doing the thing. They're good at like directing other people to do the thing. And that's not exactly what you need in your business. The marketing assistant that you need, that you can afford, that is another non-negotiable, is an intern. And so wherever you live, there are high schools. Where most of you live, there are colleges. And where all of us live, there are remote people. If you want to just get more content put out, if you want to have videos edited, if you don't have time to create content on Instagram, or you don't have time to post pictures, you don't have time to write emails or send emails or edit photos, the fact that you don't have an intern that you could get, $12 to $15 an hour, who knows, 5-10 hours a week, I think that's crazy town. If you were telling me that you could get someone to increase your output of content, double, triple, quadruple for $200 to $300 a month with an intern, and you're not doing it, like you're not doing what you're supposed to grow your business. That is such a low level investment to get such a high output of return. In the history of my businesses, between Strive and Rehab Cairo, we've had at least half a dozen interns, high school and college. Some of them are better than others. Many of them have different skill sets than others. But out of six, and this is true, out of 6, 5 of them have been unbelievable, have been great for us. One was actually just too young. We brought him on. I knew his mom actually, and the kid was like a high school freshman. He was just too young. But the other 5 were fantastic, have been fantastic. Some of them we've had for years. Here's the thing to recognize. Number 1, if you think about a high school kid who would even think about applying for an internship in your company, they are going to be one of the better, more motivated, smarter kids in the high school. And again, a lot of us are out of this world 10, 15, 20 years out of it. But listen, Don't sleep on those kids, man. They are smart and they're motivated. I mean, again, some of these, and this is not a joke, there are some of these kids that we have hired as high school students that are worth more than a full-time employee. They are smarter, they're more motivated, they got more knowledge, they can teach themselves more things. They are absolutely incredible. So if you went to your local high school and talked to a teacher or whoever's in charge and said, listen, I'm looking for an intern to work on my business. I'm looking for content. I'm looking for marketing, social media management. I'm looking for emails, looking for tech support. I'm looking for design help. If they give you a list of kids, like who are your best students, you're going to find some absolute awesome people that can really, really help you. And so if I was going to hire an admin first, the next person I would hire, or at the same time, is a marketing intern or assistant. The other thing that it's going to do for you as a new fledgling business owner that eventually wants to grow and manage a team is it will give you leadership experience at a very low cost. At a very low cost. Ideally, the first time you hire, lead, and manage someone is not going to be like a full-time employee. It's a new skill to learn. So if you can do that with an intern, with a high school kid, with a college kid, you can work on figuring out how to manage them, how to set KPIs up, how to give them SOPs, how to understand deadlines, how to make sure things get done when they need them to get done, what happens when they don't get it done the way you want, how do you respond, understanding your level of communication, have I been clear, all of the things that are going to help grow your business. Why not learn? Why not learn with very little downside and risk? And so, look, again, I love to review. Number one, we need that admin. We need that assistant. Imagine your business now. Let's just say you're doing, let's just say, a lot of people come into our world, they're making about 10 to 15 grand a month, and our job is to sort of get them 2x, 2 to 2.5x their income. That's what I think about. So let's just take that scenario. You're making about $12,000 a month, so making about, let's just say, give or take $150K a year. Your business is okay. You have high margin business, so you're making a livable wage, and you're making $150,000 of gross revenue a year right now. Your schedule is about 60 to 70% full, and you're looking about what's next. Well, what's next? Probably should raise price, but that's a different conversation. The next thing is now we got to start figuring out how to leverage, and don't think that you need to leverage with another Cairo. That is a big investment that you don't need today. What you need to do is find leverage by getting all of the BS off your plate. Hire an admin or an assistant, number one. And number two, hiring a marketer, marketing assistant, a marketing intern. So imagine your business that for the next 6 to 12 months, we're making 150 now. We raise our price. We get two employees or interns in place. And now next year we do 225, 250. We've got an admin system in place who can now take phone calls. We have a marketing assistant. We have a marketing intern in place who have now created SOPs where if they graduate or don't want to do it anymore, you have the SOPs so you can create more content. And now all of a sudden we're ready for that. We are ready for that second Cairo. All right, we're going to bring a second Cairo on. Well, now we've got our marketing systems in place. Let's open the floodgates because we got to get more leads to fill their schedule. We have an admin who's ready to handle the calls. We have someone doing scheduling. We are in business. We're in business, folks. We're in business. And it can happen that quickly for relatively low risk. And so I just encourage all of you out there who are getting going with it and getting started, hire that assistant before you're ready and learn how to leverage interns, specifically in the marketing department, so that you can have a greater output. You can create systems and processes and build that infrastructure, build the groundwork so that growth can happen. I'm looking forward to each one of you guys growing your business. But if you need more help with that, you know where to find us. Cairo Biz 101 is our flagship program. It is the course, 7-week course, marketing, sales, finance, KPIs, mindset. With that course is a self-directed course. However, the best part about that course is not even the part you pay for, it's the thing you get for free. While you are in taking that course, you get to be, for 8 weeks, you get to be in our Rehab Cairo Mastermind program, which is the best mastermind program for Rehab Kairos in the world. Bar none, couldn't argue with me. There are 4 hours of live content per week. We have a vault of content that goes back 2 years. You could be in your basement for 3 years watching content with us. You have access to our team, our sales department, our marketing team. You have your own personal marketing director. You're able to set up clarity calls and one-to-ones with our team. I mean, we literally throw the kitchen sink at you. The best compliment I ever got recently was someone dropped our mastermind because they actually felt too much pressure because we were telling them to do too much. It was overwhelming them to think about the amount of things that they needed to do. It was overwhelming the amount of support that we were giving them, and they dropped because it was too much for them to overcome. The best compliment that I could ever give, that I could ever get, is that we just have too much out there. We are trying to help you too much, and that's overwhelming. So if you want to take your business to the next level, if your business is stuck, if you feel like you don't know where to go, ChiroBiz 101 is the place to be. You need to DM me on Instagram at Justin Rabinowitz. We will set a call up with you. You can actually see a couple of calls. You can experience it before you buy, and see if it's a good program for you. We would love to see you on that program. It's absolutely our number one selling course. People rave about it, and I can't wait to see you there. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. And if you found this content valuable, here are 4 ways I can help you for free. 1, grab a copy of my free guide, the Rehab Chiropractor's Checklist. You can get that at go.drjustinrabinowitz.com/guide. That's go.drjustinrabinowitz.com/guide. 2, go ahead and give me a follow on Instagram at Justin Rabinowitz, where I post business content. 3, subscribe to my weekly newsletter by sending me an email at coaching@strivetomove.com. And 4, leave us a 5-star review so we can gain access to more influential people and bring those lessons back to you.